What's going on, you lovely people? Welcome to the channel. Let me know how you're doing in the comments below. Today we're gonna talk about this. Seriously, we gotta talk about this. We're gonna go through some pictures which some of you have already seen, but to me this is a video reminder because to this day, many months after the trial, after years of battle from the side of Johnny Depp and its team, to prove his innocence, to prove that the person he was married with was lying, manipulating. And then we learned so many other things about this human being. But one thing never ceased me to surprise, it's just how stupid mainstream media behaves in this regard. And also how much of a double standard there is when there is actually a male survivor. I'm gonna directly put this video on no monetization because I don't care about the yellow icon, but I want to speak about this because it's really upsetting. It's quite upsetting, and I just want to go through some pictures to show you what I mean by that. So here you have Johnny Depp in some pictures which those are not so popularized, but those were in conjunction with a trip on the Oriental Express, where there are also other pictures that I show you in a second. The thing is remarkable, the thing that it's remarkable, you know what it is that this man has a plethora of pictures where you see that he's bloated or something is wrong with his eyes, nose, or face. And it just bugs me that nobody talks about it. But instead, they're still talking about Amber H moving to Europe, being a mother. This is basically a convicted liar. At least that's the jury what they said in the Virginia trial. And the mainstream media, with their beautiful double standard, because she's a pretty good looking woman in her 30s and she happened to have a kid by surrogate, she didn't give birth to this person, to this human being that we wish her all the luck and love in the world. Let's be clear about that. But anyway, a convicted liar, basically. We have a People magazine and a lot of other magazines talking about how she's exhausted of the trial and she needed to move to Europe and be a mother. And you also have an entertainment channel here, Canada, same story, and on and on and on, which I find it to be absolutely remarkable if you ask me. I've said this before. Please, People magazine, just go check what Bill Cosby's doing. We want to know. We want to know where he goes to buy his wine, when he goes shopping in London, maybe with friends. Maybe he likes pecan nuts pies. Please let us know. We need to know. Post something about him. Why not? Right? And we could do the same. You could use the same analogy for other people. Weinstein is going to trial right now. That piece of human manure. Let's go check what he likes to wear in the fall of 2022. What kind of coffee he likes to drink and how. Why not? So, I guess I made my point. There is a huge freaking double standard and a burden to overcome when you are a male survivor that it's so freaking obvious. You go back to this and you see Johnny Depp obviously has a swollen eye here. Any angle you see this guy, already from far you see that on this side of the face where I'm pointing, there is something wrong with his face. He's bloated. The other part of the face doesn't look like the other. So, and any pictures is the same. This one is probably the best because he's smiling. You can see the wrinkles on one side. You can see the cheeks, but you can clearly see that there is some swelling going on. And then you just go like, and by the way, also the finger, look at that. That's the guy still recovering from the injury from Australia. You can see that there is something going on with this guy. And I want to show you this thread that this Twitter user, it's actually portraying, it's actually chronicling this whole thing about them. Monster returned next during an August 2015 trip to Thailand and Malaysia while on the Eastern Oriental Express, which is also so freaking expensive. Nice trip. Johnny picked a fight with me and started hitting and pushing me against the wall by grasping my throat and holding me there. I remember being afraid that Johnny might not know when to stop and that he might hand me. Wow, so this happened on that train, right? And you know what? It's the amazing thing. Any picture you see, already from far, you see this guy has something wrong with his face. There is some bloating in his face that doesn't look normal. And again, this is the picture of the train. Inside the cabin here, probably where they were having food. And look at the face of Johnny Depp. Look at this side. Bloated. Look at the face of Amber H. As always, absolutely pristine. So apparently something took place in this van, in this cabin. And it's interesting because this user here, the Twitter user, is sharing post from the cabin which was supposed to be the one where Johnny Depp and AH reside for their trip. And what is interesting is that she claims, this user here, the one that made the trip as well, that the only place where Johnny Depp could have pushed her against the wall would have been in front of everybody here in the corridor or in those places, because it's very difficult to push somebody into a wall when there are the beds around and the ottoman and all of those things, which basically make it kind of difficult to imagine that you're standing and you're pushing somebody, you know, with the handle like this. So I find this actually to be interesting. Obviously, this is just speculation. I just find this to be interesting. Again, Johnny getting out of the train. His face is bloated. His face is swollen. You can immediately see that it's not his normal face. And again, look at this from far. What do you see? See Johnny with big glasses covering up his eyes. Age, just absolutely like a fresh daisy. No sign of anything. Look at that, smiling for the camera. Look at who is not really smiling in this picture. Unbelievable. Everywhere you see this guy, there is one side of the face that is swollen. And AH looks absolutely perfect. So, what do you make of this? Where I'm trying to go with this? Well, again, if you consider that the only pictures available, again, here more pictures of Johnny Depp with bruising, which people don't publish, don't share. I find it remarkable that this person, here we go, I want to show you Rihanna. We get to Rihanna in a second. The reason why Rihanna is letting Johnny Depp be part of the show, it's because she probably understands him. She understands what he went through, and in conjunction with all these available pictures that actually nobody talks about it, the media doesn't like to publish this. That's why I'm showing them to you. The media doesn't really like to publish this, right? They keep posting the same pictures of AH, just with absolutely no swelling anywhere to be seen. You can go check her pictures that she actually brought to trial, and please direct me any place where you see an actual swelling. This dude literally has like press pictures that show that something was wrong with his face. Look at this. This guy has a upper lid here swollen, has mark on the side of the nose with the scratch, and the guy has makeup on, but of course you cannot cover makeup. And there are, you know, like other pictures. This one actually was brought to trial by him, and I find this to be absolutely remarkable that people are complaining. Like this type of people, by the way, this type of people that show also their intention and their motives. So this Etsy user here said, maybe Amber H deleted her Twitter cause she can't afford the $8 a month and losing her verification will hurt her ego too much. Okay, that's a, you know, like sarcastic remark, fine. And then you have here this usual known age supporter that goes, mind you, this woman couldn't even keep a job at PetSmart, but she worried about Amber finances. And then these are the uses here below says, replying to Cocaine Cross, did I actually get her fired from PetSmart? Crying. So this is this type of people. This is the people that support this person. And then they complain that YouTubers actually report articles which they're published on the internet and comment on those articles, and they try to go after YouTubers. Those are the people supporting Amber H. Like this other infamous Michelle Dauber, this infamous Stanford professor of law, which she's having a field day now that she can actually spew whatever she wants after Elon Musk has bought Twitter, because it's unlikely that she will be silenced because of the possibility of a free speech, of course, which I agree with, by the way. But some stuff is getting too far. Literally, this woman is wishing for both Johnny Depp and Rihanna to be buried and be eaten by rats. Both will end up in trash can, eaten by rats. That's called a Kentucky funeral. Of course, a dig at Johnny Depp that is from Kentucky. And again, I find this disturbing, honestly. This is not even commentary anymore. This is simply just so entrenched, hateful speech, that I just don't know what to say. I'm pretty sure Rihanna thought about this. Thought about this well. Most likely knows also Johnny Depp. She probably knows also the inside stories that we don't know. Because trust me, there are always inside stories. There are always inside stories that people will not share. And for her to do this, to let Johnny Depp being part of her show, that means that she saw in Johnny probably what she went through and all trauma that she had to overcome. So let's look at the swollen face of Johnny Depp. Let's not forget that. Because any picture of AH, it's absolutely pristine. This person right here, it's at a TV show. She shows no sign of swelling whatsoever. Looks absolutely healthy. The makeup is covering nothing. Even if you zoom in, there is not a sign of a scratch. Nothing. There is no sign of those eyes being swollen anywhere. Absolutely pristine face. And we have seen this many, many times. There are other pictures of this woman after alleged problems, but she always looks absolutely fine. And the thing that it's actually always, let's say, the closing argument of all of this is that Johnny Depp has inadvertently proof that he's being hurt, even out of pictures that were not provided by him and that he actually didn't even provide him to the trial. It's out here, was already there. You could see this dude that something went on right here. And in many other pictures. This woman that went through supposedly years of being mistreated by this man, and with countless incident and also brutal incident, the only pictures available are heavily contrasted pictures that when you actually look at them show no sign of swelling anywhere, show not usual sign of a person that actually has been harmed by something. And here we go, I showed you Rihanna again because this is the face of somebody that has gone through DV. Here we go, that's it. Those are the pictures that Amber H should have provided, because, and I say this not because I want to higher the bar of the burden of proof, so to speak, on her, but simply because out of her own admission, she unfortunately, through her words, she should have been in that situation not one or twice, but countless times. I don't know, maybe more than 10. And not have a significant picture of any of those incidents, it's just baffling. It's just baffling. Even if you don't want to come to the conclusion that she's lying, you're really hard pressed. You're really hard pressed. And the double standard keeps going. The double standard doesn't stop. The mainstream media, the popular media are still trying to depict this woman as if she has not committed anything, right? Absolutely anything. And Johnny Depp is still vilified. He's vilified because he's going on a show with Rihanna. He's vilified because he managed actually to prove that the ex-wife was lying. And there are like papers in court to show the word of that. But the media doesn't seem like to be interested. I find this to be disturbing because as much as I love to be an advocate for, everybody, everyone that wants to come out and speak about their traumas and their DV, I find that the media behavior and all these supporters, they have a very toxic attitude, which they just don't care. And I honestly don't understand what's the obsession, that they call out YouTubers or people reporting on JD as being obsessed. But in fact, it turns out they have a strange toxic obsession towards this woman, denying the truth that it's plenty. There is so much proof out there. And yet, the only thing I can think of that this is a very niche group, probably connected very closely to Amber H, which through bots are just trying to spread misinformation. And there you have it. There you have it. Johnny Depp is still fighting for his reputation. And that woman, after years of abuse, after lies, after lies, after lies, she's still treated as if, nothing happened. Here we go. She wants to be a good mother. You just need to be a woman with a kid, and all of a sudden all your sins are cleansed out of you, and you can go back to be a celebrity and making millions with the movies and so on and so forth. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this video. I felt like I wanted to share this again just as a reminder of what Johnny Depp had to go through and why Rihanna it's having him on his show. By the way, looks good. He's a 60-year-old man and looks pretty good considering the demon and everything that he had to fight. I cannot say the same thing for this woman right there. Yeah, I would say stay mad. Always spread love.